most businesses, in my experience, they're off course, they're running out of fuel, and they're at the wrong altitude. It's just a matter of time before they hit the mountain. And what that's called in business is it's called bankruptcy. It's called a failure. And the problem with bankruptcy in business is not that you lose your money. The problem is that you've lost your time. I mean, that's the whole problem, is the cost of a do-over is to your confidence, number one, and the time, number two. I mean, wealth is created by compounding. That's how wealth is created. I mean, Warren Buffett didn't wake up one morning and go from 0 to 40 billion overnight. He's been at this 35, 40 years. I mean, he's compounded his wealth, and he's minimized the number of do-overs that he's had. Most entrepreneurs are just riding this cycle. I mean, the times are good, and then they fail. And then, here we come back, and then they start another business right here. It'll last a while, and then the market goes back down, and they're back into it again. Sandy and I told you earlier that Sandy and I love to travel, and we were in Italy last year, and we were actually on vacation. We went to Milan and then went to Florence, and we were gone for, 10, 12, 14 days, something like that. We were in Florence, and we were shopping and looking at all the Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci stuff, and it was very cool. We just spent an entire day out sightseeing, and I was tired. And so we sat down at a coffee shop, right at the edge of a huge plaza. I mean, it was a giant plaza, like 8 times bigger than this ballroom. And we were sitting there, and we were having our coffee, and on the other side of the plaza from us, there was a carousel. Have you seen these, you know what a carousel, it's got the little horses on it that go up and down, and they, just go round and round. And there's a huge, long line waiting to get on this carousel. So we're drinking coffee, and I'm kind of resting, and I'm drinking coffee, and we're just looking around. We're talking, and people watching, and finally Sandy looked at me, and both of us keep looking back at that carousel. Finally, Sandy looked at me and said, "What's that remind you of?" And I said, "I don't know. What's it remind you of?" She said, "It reminds me of most people's lives." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, they just go up and down, and end up right back where they started. I went, you know what? That's exactly right. That is what most people do. And in the business world, one of the reasons that happens is because people simply know how to ride the wave, right? When the tide goes up, everybody gets rich. When the tide goes down, everybody gives it back. Then the tide goes up, everybody gets rich. Then the tide goes down, everybody gets it back. Let me tell you the trick. The trick is not making money when the tide is going up. The trick is keeping it when the tide is going down. That's the whole trick. Everybody wants to teach you how to make money. Making money is about the easiest thing in the world. The trick is not making it. The trick is keeping it.